So little box will jump up on your screen. You have to come up, click the word "got it." It'll clear out and then we're good to go. And I will mute everybody. All right. Okay. So beginning by scooting to the front edge. Buttock bones plug down through the chair plugs down to the ground. Hands are on the thighs, comfortable, relaxed. That little subtle tuck of chin down, crown up. Close the eyes so that your perceptive ability turns inward. Just observe the overall state of your body. Take in whatever notes you would take to say, oh, I feel kind of tight over here, or I'm numb over there, or I feel some pain here, there, or somewhere else. So you're just scanning your awareness through the body. And you are already breathing, but start to just notice your breath. And then round by round, encourage the breath to lengthen. Inhales a little longer, more full. Exhales a little longer, more empty. At a pace that suits you, not rushed. Just round by round. This is what we call the two-part breathing, where you're just focusing on lengthening inhale, lengthening exhale. Do that for a few more cycles. Let that process of scanning the body and connecting to the breath help guide your attention, ground your attention, and also to soothe the nervous system, to have the nervous system settle down towards more parasympathetic or relax and restore. There's a saying, a Taoist loses something every day. So Taoism is the philosophy that underpins Chinese medicine, feng shui, Tai Chi, Qigong, and art, sort of the brushstroke art. But it's this emphasis on release, on unclenching, on losing, on yielding. That is fascinating when we cue in on it, because we're not here to add more knowledge, add more ability necessarily. We're here to clean out what's obstructing our state of flow. So our movement series will have that in mind. We're going to be moving all the joints and tissues, but with the intention of returning us towards this easy, relaxed, loose, free state. Now open the eyes if they're closed. Our first movement, slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, all in one motion. And change. Hands go forward, chest hollows back, drop the head and round your back. And then we'll do that again. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, arch the back, look up. And again, slide hands forward, hollow the chest back, round the back, looking down. Do that 3 more times on your own. Just lightly easing each of the moving parts of your spine, as well as the pelvis and the skull and the arms and shoulder blades, just easing them through movement. But remember this idea that we are losing something. We're cleaning out something that's extra. Now, come back to the neutral position and just stay there for a moment and see if you can feel a little easier quality where you're just sitting upright, but before maybe you had some grabbing going on, holding yourself. Ideally, there's less of that. There's just a more natural quality. Keep that as we go into our rotation. Slide your left hand forward, right hand and elbow back, turn the upper torso and the head to your right. And then let's switch. Right hand forward, left hand and elbow back. Turn and switch again. And switch again. Remember softness, ease, relaxation. Experiment with how relaxed you can remain while still executing the movements. We have to undo our natural response to someone saying, hey, move like this. Usually we grab onto our body and then force it over there. The Taoists call that Li, or tension-based clumsy strength. And we want to soften that out so that we're doing Song, soft, supple, pliable, smooth, polished movement. Coming back to the neutral position and just stay there for a moment. Again, ideally, you'll feel a little more ease, a little more naturalness, a little more liquid, fluid buoyancy. And then hang your arms alongside you and just almost like you're falling asleep out of your chair. Just droop to your right, float your left wrist up, and then back through middle, left hand goes down. Just nice and easy, droop, loose. Back through middle. Again, experiment. How relaxed can you be? How loose can you be? The more you do, the more you practice different movement opportunities in this loose state, the more you can do while remaining in this state. That's what a Tai Chi master is able to do. They can leap and move and turn and spin and push and draw and do all kinds of martial art activity, and yet the whole time everything is loose as can be. Now we're back to the middle. Let's go shoulders shrug up, shoulders melt down all the way. Make sure you really let them go. And this is a good example of what happens to a lot of our different movements that we'll do, is we'll stop somewhere along the way and we get caught and we're just accustomed to holding, as opposed to truly release, truly letting go. Again, lift, squish all those muscles, and then just soften and make sure you completely release, arms hanging by your side. Let's do that again. Shrug and release. Now bring your legs closer together so they're not in our way as we do our shoulder circles. So shoulders come forward. Now, for the shoulders to come forward, the scapula on your back have to separate. And for that to happen, your chest has to hollow back. So you have to create this shape, then shrug up. Right, so now we're both forward and up. Then we got to stay up and go back, right? And go back with the shoulder blades, like you're cracking a walnut between them. And then keep them back as you slide down and then stop in neutral. Just the first couple of rounds, really find neutral where you're just relaxed. And then from there, forward, up, back, and neutral. Again, forward, shoulder blades spread apart, up, then they come back towards each other and squish together, and then come down. Now, once you get this movement down, then you can kind of flow it and have it be very liquid, very smooth. But the most important point is this point right here where you're coming down and under and neutral, and this should feel like totally relaxed. And then you keep some element of that relaxation as you go through. You get some more barnacles loosened up and then relax again. And then again. So all of our Tai Chi movements, Qigong movements, we have to focus on this addition by releasing, addition by subtraction. Now reverse, go back. Stay back as you come up. Stay up as you roll and slide forward. And then stay forward as you slide down, find neutral. Back, up, sliding over top, down, back, up. And so for all these movements, we do, you could say, connect the dots. We make sure we hit these certain dots. So totally relaxed is one dot, back is another, back and up is another, up and forward, and then forward on your way down, and then through neutral. Let's do two more. So each of those points on the connect the dot route have to be hit. And then eventually you polish that out and it just flows. Okay, now legs staying together, bring your arms forward and notice that forward is not up. I'm not lifting my arms up. Forward. Bring the backs of the hands to touch. Notice you're closing in front and internally rotating your arms. Now stay low and go out. So again, notice I'm not going up in the air like this. I'm just out. And then by the time I get behind my body a little bit, palms face forward, bring the arms in, and then spiral. Turn the arms internally, bring them forward again, backs of hands touching, and then stay long through the fingertips, go out, not up. By the time you get behind you, palms face forward, bring the hands in, and then forward, backs of hands touch, open, go around that circle, and one more. Notice also that I'm kind of leaning forward, leaning back. So allow for some of that movement. Now, level 2, forward and up. Out at chest height, turn your palms forward, slide down. Make sure you release to neutral. Forward and up, halfway, open, turn palms and slide down that space. Couple more. Forward, so these are the connect the dot points that eventually we can just blend right through and have our movements be round and fluid. But at first we got to find these points. It's like recalibrating. And then we go level 3, forward, up. Now keep going up as you open. Down, under, neutral, forward, up, keep rising as you open. Now make sure you come through neutral, totally soft. Again. And release. Now back to level 1, but we reverse the circle. So bring your hands back a little behind you, just back a little bit. Out, not up. Around in front, backs of hands touch. And then swing the arms back. Out, not up. Around. Forward, close. Neutral. Open, stay open, close, stay closed, and neutral. One more. Level 2, open, stay open, and lift, close, down. Under, open, lift, close. And open and lift. Close. And lift. Level 3. Open, lift, keep lifting over top. Close and come back. Open, lift. Over top. Loose. 2 more. Calibrating brain and body, nourishing all the joints. Bend your elbows. Hands stay relaxed. Elbows stay bent as you flare out and up the amount that you can, but stay relaxed and loose. Down, then close and squeeze elbows lightly together, opening the back, and then down. Out and up. Down. Round and in, squeeze. Down. One more. We're just polishing pathways, getting rid of what's in the way. Elbows straight back, then elbows down, forward, and this may be as far as you can go, but over time, you want to work on this, getting those elbows up, hands down your back, and then forward, down, back, down, forward, up. Forward, down, back. Down, forward, up. And down. Now, elbows out to the side, palms face the floor, one above, one below, cross, and hug. Hug your own torso, closed in front, opening the back, and then relax, release that grip, open. So elbows out to the side, not back behind you. So we're opening this space, and then the other hand above, other hand below, cross, closing in front, opening the back. And open, close, switching. Open, close. And open, elbows down, arms out in front, palms facing the sky, 90-degree angle or so at your elbows. Turn palms down, up, down, up. The only thing moving are the 2 forearm bones, doing what's called pronation, supination. Pronation, supination. Pro. Good. Now, palms facing up, open, hands out, elbows stay in. This creates a lifted, buoyant, unfolding quality. Then hands in, elbows out and around in front. Notice how far my elbows come around. That has to be executed here, internal rotation, and this hollowing and folding. And then open and unfold. Closing and folding, internally rotating. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open. Now, step your feet wide, big wide stance. Left hand up, over the rainbow and down. Lean over a little bit and touch that palm, and then back. Up, over, and reverse. Middle. We're closing to the right, opening from the right, closing to your left, opening from. While you're closing to your right, your left groin area has to stay open. That's an important area according to how Tai Chi and Qigong view the mechanics of the body. So that's one of the benefits of this exercise, is that we're opening this opposite side qua or groin area. Now come back to middle, both hands up, cross wrists, turn palms down, arms fall between the legs and separate. So now we're folded, closed, and internally rotated in shoulders and arms. Then cross wrists, lift, open, and slide up, over top, cross, turn palms down, and uncross, and then do it again. Cross, lift, open. 2 more in each cross. Loose, relaxed, sort of polishing out the adhesions, barnacles, stuck spots, resistance, rigidity, so that over time we become loose, buoyant, and relaxed. Now bring the legs closer to about hip distance, arms into about shoulder distance, wrist circles, fold over top, bending at the wrist, and then roll under, out, turn, over, under, out. And reverse, under, over, out, turn, under, over, out. And spread, gather, spread, gather, spread, and spread. Now stay spread. Here, first we do this clasp, soft clasp into a soft fist, and then release. But what we're adding to this is reach out in front of you, soft clasp, turn, draw, in, and then relax and open. So now, sort of to this corner here, to your right corner, lean a little bit and reach, soft clasp, and draw back to your other hip, other butt. And then relax the hands and reach and draw. Reach, clasp, draw. 2 more. Soft, relaxed hands, reach, spread the hands, clasp, draw. In Tai Chi energies, this is called Tsai, or plucking, where here we're storing up, getting ready, and then we're going boom, drawing down. Now we'll go to this other corner. So relax your wrist, kind of lean and reach, soft clasp, and draw. Plucking, or Tsai. Reach, soft clasp, Tsai, draw. Reach, Tsai, reach, Tsai. And 1 more. Good. And relax. Warm up our legs, and then we'll stand up. Shift back. Bring your right knee up and right heel drawn in and right toes pulled back, and then push out. And then return to that loaded position. Set the foot down, switch to it with the other leg. Load, push, load, down. Load, push away, reload it, down. Again, load it, push away, reload it, down. Push out at an angle that you can fully straighten the leg. So if you need to go down towards the ground, fine, but get that knee completely straight so then it can come all the way to bend and then down. Load, push, reload, and down. Right leg out, foot and ankle, point foot, flex foot, point, flex. And invert, evert, tilt, 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 tilt. Circle, in, around, and out. And reverse circle, out, around, and in. Switch feet, point and flex. Invert, evert, tilt, tilt. Circle, in, around, and out. And out, around, and in. And down. Scoot forward, one more thing with the legs. Step a little bit wider than hip distance. Lift the toes off the floor, the heel's the only thing touching. Now, have your awareness at your quad, your groin area. Turn the knees and toes in. And then lift the toes, turning open, knees and toes out, knees and toes in. Out, in. External rotation, internal rotation. Now back to neutral, heels in, heels out. So now the swivel point is the ball of the foot, but the movement pivot is the same. It's still just up here in the groin area in the hips. I just changed what is on the floor. So there's a little bit of a change of how the muscles and nerves are relating in this movement. And then back to neutral. Legs close together, hands on your thighs, hinge, bowing forward from the hips, and then sit vertical. And then from the hips, tip back a little bit, right? And then sit up, bow. Stay loose as you lift and come up. Now, let's use that exact feeling to stand up. So slide your feet back a little bit. And arms are loose and hanging. Fold from the hips. Let the weight pour out of the chair, down to the earth, through your legs. And then just push down through the earth, stand up, and just, again, be loose, relaxed. Let all the weight go down through under your feet. And then keep that quality as you fold at the hips. Right, so this little hinge. And then back. And we'll do just that part a couple of times because that's the key, is this little disappear the hips back. And then bring the hips under. Now use that to sit down in your chair, hip hinge first, and then sink the butt. That's what bends your knees, and then land your butt on the chair nice and easy. Feet are empty and released, and then we fold, pour the weight out of the chair, down through the legs. And we're up. One more time, sit in your chair. And standing up. Now, don't sit in the chair. Use this movement, this hip hinge, to get your fingers close to your toes or towards the, or even touching the floor. Sink. touching toes, touching floor maybe, and then come all the way back up. Hip hinge, stay loose and relaxed. Oh. One more, Tai Chi squat. All right, now we're standing. Let's do just a couple, 2 Qigong sets that loosen up and open up some spaces, and then we'll do our Tai Chi. So starting here, change your weight to your right leg, and then change your weight to your left leg. Now, when the middle is frozen and we're sort of stuck here, then you see a lot of this. But hopefully you can see with my hand in my middle's not changing. So yeah, maybe I can get some balancing by doing that, but I throw everything off. Versus from your middle, you move over just a little bit and then let that weight get down through one leg so the other is empty. From your middle, just change. Now it's that softening, that letting the left leg take the weight so that the right leg isn't taking the weight, that liberates this right leg. Not action and effort here, but actually letting go, yielding through that left leg, and then change. So this is the essence of walking correctly. Instead of using force, we're going, oh, this foot's free. And then, oh, I'm connected to the ground. Now this foot's free. And we can step up stairs, step up curbs, do all kinds of things if we can connect to the ground correctly. Now we add to this, go down through your left leg, left hand reach like you're trying to touch the floor, right wrist lift up, right foot is empty. And then change completely to the other side. Weight down through that right leg, left wrist up, right hand reaching down, and then change. And change. So make sure, number one, is that you empty one leg and fill the other. But make sure you're not locking the knee of the leg you're putting weight in. That's very common, is that we stiffen up rather than soften as our way to get stability. And the Taoists are saying, no, no, no. If you try to use brittleness and hardness and effort, that will give out on you at some point. But this soft and supple ability can continue to be cultivated. And release. And then let's do what's called opening heaven, closing earth. So we open and then close and bring your right arm on the outside. So this is my right, it's on the outside, your right arm on the outside. Lift up and then open and down. Close, crossing right arm on the outside. Up, open, down. Now, when you close, go into your left leg as you bring right arm across and come up. And then as you open, go into your right leg and down. Closing, lifting, opening, close. Again, close, lift, open, come down. Do a couple more. You go to your left as you close, stay closed as you lift, open as you go into your right leg, stay open as your arms come down. Remember, this is connect the dots. Dot 1, 2, 3, 4. Then eventually you can just blend that and let it flow. Closing earth, opening heaven. One more. Closing. Open. Now, open earth, close, fold, down through your middle. Open, over top, close, fold, down. Into your right leg as you open, left leg as you close, stay closed. Open, stay open, you're in your right leg. Close, stay closed, down through the middle. Into your right leg, into your left leg. Open, close. Couple more. Into your right leg, open. Close. Open. And now, shogun or closing gesture. Wings, roll, fold over top, and bring the hands right down in front of the navel, belly button. Shoulders relaxed, elbows relaxed, wrists and hands as well. Just a moment of nothing at all. And then cross those hands. And our opening Tai Chi movement. So we've got rising. From rising, we have retracting, settling just a little bit, and then forward. Palms face each other, down, behind and up, underneath, like you're trying to tickle your own armpit. Find that way through. Extend out in front, wrists are folded. And then down, slightly behind, and then forward and up, retract, and then this time, down, and sink, back to stand. So that's one. Let's do that again. Forward and up, retract, slightly down, and then forward again, out through the tips of the fingers, forward, 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 forward. Turn your palms, stay long as you come down, under the circle, and then up, under the armpit, like you're trying to tickle your armpit, and wrists stay folded as you extend forward, and then fingers are lifted as you sweep down, under and behind. And then again, pung or rising, slide back and settle, and then on, sinking all the way. And then soften the hands, folded hips, squat. So that's the opening for the 13 energy Qigong Tai Chi. It's kind of a blended experience of both. Let's do that again. What we add now is rock forward into your toes, swing a little forward. Rock a little bit back toward your heels, swing back. Rock to the toes, rising or pung energy, pung. Rock back to the heels, sliding the hands back, retracting. Right? So Nalina, do you see that? You see what I'm doing here? So watch what I did. We went rising. Well, I mean, do it with me. Do it with me. And then retract, back, back. Yeah. And then down a little bit, and then forward. Turn the palms to face each other. Come down, under, up under the armpit, out over the top of a circle, out. And then on the way down, the hands do that little switch there. So the fingertips trail. And then pung. Draw back and down, and Tai Chi squat. One more. And eventually this movement flows and feels so good in terms of just the joints and tissue. So we rock forward and swing. Rock back and swing. Rock forward and lift. Rock back and retract. And settle. Rock forward and reach. Rock back as the hands come down, under, up, rock forward as you come over top. And then rock back. One more, rock forward, back, middle, and down. Through to the earth. Release everything else extra and come back to standing. Now, change your body weight to your right leg and turn from your middle and take your hands across to your right. So now your left leg should be empty. The body's just a little rotated and we're here. And then switch. So change the weight, turn. The bear washing its paws in the stream. Change the weight. Sweep across. Change. Sweep across. So when we're doing this, focus on the feeling of your arms being and fingers being very heavy, going down, under, rather than holding them up and bringing them across, right? So it's this total release, under, total release, under. Now let's all get to where we're here in the right, your right leg with your hands over to the right. Now remember that rising movement. So now start that rising movement, but then shift and turn. And so naturally what happens is it's like you're floating or you're smacking something over here with the back of your hands and they float across. This is the pung gesture. And then just come underneath. Let's do it twice more on this side. So we're loaded up here and we start rising pung and shifting, turning. And again, it's this back of the hands across the body. So this boom, and it has a feeling of like a wave. And at first, again, this might feel awkward and weird because it's kind of not very precise. It's kind of this general idea of rising and floating and flowing over, but eventually it just feels very natural and very doable. Now, switch sides, shift to your left leg and load up on this side, and we start the rising, shift and turn, pung, and we get all the way to the end, and then we just soft and let them fall down through and underneath. Get back to this loaded position, and then pung, rising. One of the, I think, a useful description is as if you are grabbing a blanket and you're going to throw the blanket over top of something. So it has this like, this air, like a sail. You're getting air underneath something. All right, now let's switch back to the first side. Change. Pung to your left. So that's rise up, over, pung, and then let them fall and come under. Change sides, under, and then pung to your right. Over. And then let them fall loose. And then change. Again, pung to your left. Let it get all the way to the end of the fingertips and then fall under. And then change. And pung to your right. Last one. Now, a complementary movement here. So now swing up all the way to this side here and turn right palm up and your left palm is down. And they're not on top of each other. but they kind of have that relationship. So they're not on the same line. This hand is a little above, this is a little below. So it's kind of like you're doing this, but it's separated. So try that again. So loose, we swing up and then turn right palm up, left palm is facing down. Now here we shift and turn and bring the hands across at a slight down diagonal all the way here. And then let's do it again. Swing under, up. And this energy is called Lu, or guiding and gliding something in a certain way back, even though this feels like we're going to the side, which we are. But anyway, it's called Lu. So we're going Lu all the way across and let it finish. And then let's swing. Now we're going to switch sides. Swing up to this left side, turn left palm up, right palm is facing down. Lu. All the way across down to this bottom side here. And then swing under and up. And shift, turn, Lu. And again, under and up. Lu. Under and up. Lu. Switch sides. So one, and then we go up to this corner. Lu. And then we switch sides again, just go bear wash, pause, swing up to this corner, Lu. Switch sides, one more to each, change, up to this corner and Lu. And under, then up to this corner. Now we're going to put Peng Lu in sequence with each other. So have your body weight in your left leg. Hands are over here. Peng, rising and coming all the way over across. Now we're at this corner. So turn right palm up, left palm down, and move back. And then change sides. And let's do Peng Lu the other way. So it's Peng, rising, up and over to this corner, and then left palm up, right palm down, Lu. And then make sure you totally relax and let the hands come underneath. And then we're going Peng, rising over to this corner, right palm up, left palm down, Lu. And change side. And Peng Lu. Up to this corner so that we have the down and across. So we're going into the left leg, into the right leg, into the left leg, changing sides into the right leg. So the rising, so the hands coming up and across to this corner. And then down. Now, the third energy that we haven't done in this class recently is check the feet. So put the weight into your left leg and turn your right foot out just a little bit. So now that's kind of our direction we want to aim. Place your left hand like so. So picture, let's actually do this. Create a ball, left hand on the bottom, right hand on the top. Now keep the right hand, your right hand where it is. Take the left hand and put it on the front of the ball. So notice I'm not up here, I'm not above it. I'm just right on the front of this ball. So there's this imaginary ball here, okay? So now, your feet like so, push, G, and then return. G, meaning, and G is the forward expression. All right, so notice how this is different than the upward expression or the back and down expression. This is the forward expression. And then we return. And then the forward expression. And return. And this one is really good at helping us keep our middle. Because what tends to happen with this is something like this. Right? You see my body versus this. Notice how I kind of really establish where I'm at, yet I keep expressing that G forward. And that gives it a sort of elasticity. So I stay where I am and express and back. And then express and back. Express. Now parallel your feet. Swing the hands over to the other side, and let's make that ball. So start with left hand on top, right hand on bottom, and then take that right hand, place it on the front of the ball. Turn your right toes out just a bit so that you have this open path to go out and bring it back all the way in, and then out. So this is the expression, let it get all the way to the end, and then it naturally wants to return. G. Couple more. I'll just come closer so you can see the hands. And back to middle. So let's just do those, a couple of each of those just to remember. So change your weight to your right leg, hands over to the right. Pung, rising, up and over. Lu, coming back and down. Change sides and G. G. Good. And return. And then we change over here and we'll do that again. Pung. Lu. Changing sides, the hands swing under and create that ball. And G. And return. Down. Now let's do that on the other side. Change sides. Now we're going pung, up and over. Lu, guiding, sliding back and down. Changing sides and getting ready for that ball. So now right hand on top, left hand in front. G. Return it. Relax. Let's do that again. Pung. Lu. Change sides and create that little ball. G. Retract. Yeah. One more of each of those. So now change sides. We're going pung, lu. Change sides, G. Make the ball. G. Return. Release. Again, pung, lu. Change sides, make the ball. G. Return. Down. Now change sides. Pung. Lu. Change sides. Make the ball. G. return. Relax. And again, pump. Move. Change sides, make the ball. And then the final one we'll learn, which is actually the fifth. So we're skipping the fourth energy. Fifth one is side. So put the weight in your left leg. Hands float up right in front of you, right? Comfortably here. Remember what we did when we were sitting on the chair and we reached out, clasped, and pulled? So we're doing that one, side. So the hands come up. Now your left foot should be a little bit empty. Step it in front of you and change the weight into that leg and reach up and at a slight angle. Then soft clasp with the hands. Your back foot's somewhat empty. Now you go into your back leg, drag your front foot back a little and pull in towards the belly. So it goes from high to low when you pull. And then relax your arms. Let's do that again. Step forward as your hands come up and reach. Soft clasp, and then draw from high to low as you shift into your back leg and drag your front foot back empty. And then drop everything out, totally relaxed. From this relaxed quality, we can just shift, step, reach, and side. Turn a little bit at an angle so you can see. Step, shift, reach, and draw. Relax. Step and shift and reach. Soft clasp, draw. One more. And then drop the hands, change the weight to your left leg, right foot empty, step it forward, hands, reach to that corner a little bit, and drop. Relax. From the relaxed state, step and reach, soft clasp, stepping back, draw, and relax. Again. Step, reach, clasp, and side. Relax. Two more. So it's very important that we're not just doing the arms, it's the legs. We're going forward and then going back. Going forward, going back. Right, with our legs as we're reaching. So this one's really good at integrating the body. Feel how that's connected in the fluid matrix quality. Now we're going to switch legs each time. So relax, change your weight to your right leg. Step as you reach. This is storing up. Then issue, side. Then as you relax, change legs. And now step the right foot, reach, soft clasp, draw. And then as you relax, just change legs. Step and reach, soft clasp, step back, draw, change. Change. One more each side. And go. Hands together. Rub. Back of one hand. Palms. Back of other hand. And palms. Now watch closely the groin area, so genital area in the middle, the crease. So when you massage this space, there should be a V-shaped movement where you're going out slightly, in slightly, out, in, out, in. That's your quad, your inguinal region. There's lymph nodes there. Now, the hip flexors are at the top of the thighs, this little sensitive space right here. So now it should be an out and around trajectory. So this one was down and in, this one goes out and around. So that's your hip flexors, right? Then we've got around to the tailbone, and this is sort of similar to the groin area. It's in and out, sort of dispersing. And then up onto the lumbar, the lower back. Just kind of opening that space. Like you're doing that squat, sweep the hands down the legs, around to the inside, come up the inside, all the way past the groin area to your navel. And let's do that one more time. Qua. Hip flexors. Sacrum, lumbar, yang channels, outer backside, around inner front side, and then finally, yang channels, yin channels, yang, yin. Repeat. Switch. Shogun. Settling, stilling, calming, quieting. And then finishing or sealing the practice. Center of palm on top of the belly button. Center of the other palm on the back of the center of the other hand. And then the final little hand mudra, grab, fold, closing the practice. Thank you, everybody. Well done. If there are any questions, now would be a good time. We've got a little bit of time for questions.